Things and stuff. Yeah. Things and stuff.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Things and Stuff. Today we are going to do our first official toy review. This was based on the toy that we had taken from our first box that we unboxed there. It was actually a bin, a blue bin. And this is Cybertron Starscream. And he is a bulky boy. He's very large. He's very cool. He has hardly any articulation from what I remember. And I think back in the day, he was like $50. Today, this thing would probably be like $200. It'd be one of their Titan class. I don't know why this wasn't. I mean, I guess they didn't have Titan class back in the day, but this would be Titan class. And he's extremely cool. I remember he had lights and sounds. I don't believe any of mine work anymore, which also worries me that there are batteries that are corroding inside. I will have to investigate that at some point here. He has a lot of metallic paint. He's got some transparent purple for the cockpit. The hell just fell out of him? A gun just fell out of him. I don't know what that's from. If you know what that gun's from, let me know. I'm not familiar with that one. More investigation, apparently. And he is King Starscream, Emperor Starscream, Coronation Starscream, however you want to put him. He does have his crown. I don't know that it necessarily goes on this mode. I don't know how many people actually leave it on, but it does fit and it's really cool looking with it on there. He does have guns that articulate up and down. His wings, I mean, I guess they kind of move, but I don't know why you would want them to. He does have these that fold up and down for transformation later. But on the bottom, he does have wheels. So, I mean, actually rolls really well. Like, more than most. Like, way better than most. He has another gun that fell out. This is for one of those gum ones. I was looking for the other one. I thought he had two of them. Apparently Starscream stole it. We will work on that one later. Back to him. I wonder what else he's got stowing away inside of him. I forgot where I was. I was going to talk about the planetary keys. So I actually do have both the keys. They come with him. I don't know that there's really any difference between them. I think they both do the exact same thing. They do have, like, this one's got a ID number inside. Oh, maybe they're both the same ID number. So I wonder if that just means that goes with, like, this is S5A3. Like, that's what Starscream is. I don't know. But this will open up a dagger on that side. And I'm going to throw this one in there. I think either key does the same thing, but this one opens up a blaster. And I do believe he's got a missile in there. Is that the button? Yep. Yeah, that was the button. And it still works. So, very good. But with his transparent purple weapon array out, he does have lights here that are supposed to work as well. I think they have laser sounds. And I think when you transform him, he's supposed to have transforming sounds as well. So that's him in spaceship mode. There's not a whole lot going on, as I had said. But we will get him into robot mode. Very it's a very easy transformation if I remember correctly. I think we start with his feet. You pull these apart. These are rubber, so they kind of bend. Very tight fit. They don't really snap together like that anymore, do they? And then these kind of unclip from the front, and you pull his legs out like that. Twist them. His codpiece flips around. The feet have a stabilizing back piece. I suppose you could leave the front ones up and get that like big cowboy boot look. I'm going to put them away though. We'll do the same thing on that side. Oh, we'll pull his thing. Pull his foot down. And this whole section, yeah, that whole thing comes down. His arms come out and lock into place. Other arm. And then fold this guy down. Fold this guy down. And you could leave these out. I think they'd look really cool. You can, otherwise you can pull them in. And I think you can separate this thing and give him sort of like wings in the back. I don't actually remember what is the suggested transform. I don't have his books. Or his instruction manual. I don't have his box. So it is what it is. On the very first click in his ratchety legs, he has quite the power stance going on. If you don't, just the next click in is him straight up and down. I wish there was one like right in between that. He doesn't have any ankle tilts, so the power stance kind of gives him an angled foot look. But I guess that's why the back heels really help him out. Articulation is very limited. He doesn't have any kind of tilt there. This is his angle for his arms. He does have rotation that does go all the way around. His legs, they do have a thigh swivel. Yeah, thigh. Knee joint goes up and down pretty well for, that's due to transformation. So it's just a single joint, but nice and clicky. Foot, they can go up and down, but that's it. His arms, I mean, you get elbow bend. There's no twist, no tilt. His feet, or his hands, I mean, they don't move at all. I don't remember if he had any guns, but he's got a hole there. So I'm not sure what would actually go there. I don't remember him having any. He does have, I guess he does have a little bit of that going on. Like, he's looking down. Let's get him looking a little bit better. Yeah, like a half click would be so much better for him. So, very cool looking figure. I love the aesthetic of him. He's just dominating, you know. I mean, look at his power stance. He is dominating everything. And like I said, he does normally have lights and sounds, but the batteries, I'm sure, are just rotting away, screaming inside of him. Starscreaming inside of him, might I suggest. And just a big bulky figure. And I think, yeah, this is honestly, like, for me, this is like the first Titan figure. I don't know any other at the time that were this big. And I know they've made a smaller version for him. A couple of third parties have made smaller versions of him. And I still think I like this one. And they did make a re-release after a few years after Cybertron came out. I think it was a platinum edition or something like that. And upcharged him. I think it was around $100 then. So they knew what they were getting themselves into. And when people started buying those, they knew, hey, we can make really big figures and charge insurmountable amounts of money for them. And then they did that more and made them more expensive later. You know, now their Titans are, you know, $200 plus. So, good job, Hasbro. at any rate, one of my favorite looking versions of Starscream that isn't the G1 originals. I'm very much into the G1, just regular Seeker mold. And I do like the new ones. They're amazing. I do love them. I like the classics one, but I do like the F-15 Eagle version of Starscream. I think that's Starscream. That really is him. But this one is awesome. I do love him. He's one of my favorite characters, and he definitely deserves a spot on the shelf, and he's going to get the very first one, in fact. So with that, there's my review of Cybertron Starscream. He is very cool, very big. If you could ever get a chance to find him for a good price, pick him up. He's really cool, and like I said, I think he's the very first Titan. He should have been labeled as such, but they didn't have that going on yet. So I'll go ahead and we'll find a spot on the shelf, and I will cut to that, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, I found him a spot that I really like. My TV has backlights on the back, LEDs, and I thought he looked pretty cool hanging out next to those lights. So this will be his spot for now. It's not going to be permanent necessarily, but for now, I think he looks really cool there. He's got a really good spot. So welcome to the shelf, Cybertron Starscream. All right, well, that concludes our first review video. That was Cybertron Starscream. And I've never done a review on a figure before, so I hope that was okay. We'll find out as I review the footage. Hopefully, I'll learn from it if there was anything wrong with it. And we will come back relatively shortly with another box of openings. I've got some more reviews from the last bin that we opened up. And if you did like this video, please give me a like. If you feel like you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And like, subscribe, comment. If you have any comments, give me some comments. If you know where those guns came from, well, I know where one of them came from. I don't know where the other one came from. Well, I know they both came from Starscream, but they're from something else. And let me know if you know where those are from. Or, well, at least the black one. I don't know where that one came from. Anyhow, I'll leave you at that. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.
On the caliber.